this is Amy with Well Mommy Scrapping, and I am here with my layout share. Now, the last time I did a layout share of everything I did in a month was for November, I believe, because December's layouts were like 6, and I didn't really feel like I should do a layout share when I only had like 6 things to share. The month of December was particularly busy. So I did these are my layouts I've done in order from December 1st, 2018 until the end of January 2019. And this was, I think, the first page I did with Head in the Clouds. Absolutely love. This is my favorite paper from Head in the Clouds. And one of my students brought in a giant pink fluffy unicorn, which I told her I would be happy to keep if she didn't want it. And for some reason, she took it back home at the end of the book fair. So, but, oh, it was so cute. I still want a giant pink fluffy unicorn. This is a layout from, way over there. This is a layout from back in September, which I just realized I never put the date. Oh, wait, no, the date's up there. September 27th of last year, 2018. This was a page kit that Christina made specifically for these photos. We did a fundraiser at school, and if your class had 100% participation, then the teacher kissed a pig. So the pig's name is Boom Boom and wore a tutu. So I wore a tutu, pearls, and the tiara from my wedding day. Because if I'm going to go up on stage and kiss a pig in front of 700 screaming children, I wanted to be well dressed for it. But Christina sent this wonderful kit, and I love it. I love that I was able to back the cut file with some different patterns. And just everything came together so perfectly for it. The little touches in there, I really enjoyed that kit. So this one is from December of last year. This was Tucker's first Christmas. And my sweet little Tucker boy. Oh, I don't know. I think I followed a sketch for this, if I recall correctly. This might have been from the December Secret Not Secret Kit Club party. But I used a lot of plays in the title. I can't think of it now. But they do the Mad for Plaid collections. So I pulled a lot of my Christmas stuff from my Journal Your Christmas. And I'm driving myself crazy trying to figure out the name of that company, and I can't come up with it. But pulled a lot of my Journal Your Christmas, and I think it was the first time I used these two-tone green letter stickers from Ellie's Studio. Loved that. And then this was for my first kit for How to Kill a Kit with Style. So I have a variety of things in here, but I was able to use some of my flair. And these little crocheted flowers were actually crocheted by my mother-in-law, her grandmother. So this was an amazing day for us. And I've already scrapbooked the photo of her actually. This is her first communion. If you don't recognize why my child would be what essentially looks like a tiny wedding dress. But I scrapbooked on the first layout where she was actually receiving her first communion, all of the deep feelings. So I've got a lot of pictures. I've started scrapbooking about that weekend and about that day that I just kind of want to remember and kind of just do pretty layouts. Oh, okay. This was a love-hate type layout. I confess that. Because as much as I love Shamel and as much as I really do love Head in the Clouds, holy guacamole, some of those supplies will not stay put. These letters have to be glued down. As I'm going through and stacking these layouts up, this part fell off, so I had to look back on a photo going, which layout did it go? Was it with the one with the pink unicorn and me, or was it this, or was it something else? So I just have to understand that I have to glue down every single thing that I use from Head in the Clouds, like with my good liquid glue. But this was Elizabeth's 3rd birthday. This was actually the family celebration. And what I loved is she had a birthday tangle to just come out. I don't know if you can see Rapunzel on her. It's one of the princesses on her shirt there. But we had gotten the little plastic characters from the Disney store. And she insisted on holding Pascal, the chameleon. And she kept saying how Pascal was painting her letters pink and purple for her name. So she just loved that. Here it was. This was another How to Kill a Kit one, which I do have a layout share for those, which I'll go into a little more depth. But this is the one where I used this Christmas paper that I absolutely hate this side, but this side was just a nice plain ledger. So I love how that turned out. And that's just a great photo my husband took. And again, I got to use Flair. I got to use the wood. I used up little stickers from Dear Lizzie, so I was happy with that. This was sister game night with, there's me, and then two of my three sisters. One sister, unfortunately, was unable to make it. But this was using Pink Fresh and a variety of Pink Fresh collections, because these things are from a boy collection, which I have nothing else from because I'm a girl. I'm one of four girls, four sisters, and I have a daughter. The only boys I scrapbook are my husband and my nephews. So these, though, felt right for sister game night. And this is what I'm starting to do a lot more with the Nuvo drops because I have more colors, so I quite like it. Oh, this is my why. Okay, y'all, I have to say something specifically about this page. Shamel actually put this page on her Instagram stories. I was like, I was just kind of over the moon. But this incorporated a lot of things from my How to Kill a Kit. But it truly is. This is truly my why. I started scrapbooking as a gift, a first anniversary gift for my boyfriend. We got married, so clearly he liked what I got him. But as the years have gone by, my reason for scrapbooking has changed. But right now, see Elizabeth take a scrapbook. In this case, she's looking at my Journal Your Christmas, which is still incomplete. But she's on the roof floor of my scrapbook room, and she'll just pull it out and start looking through it. And that is why I do this. I scrapbook because she loves to look at it. My husband will take each layout I make and he will sit down and look. And he's a graphic artist, so he appreciates, I think, some of the artistry in it. But he will read all the journaling and look at all the tiny little details in it. And I just love that. And I love that she does that. She actually does a little bit of scrapbooking herself here and there. You'll see this background of the photos in a lot of pictures. Well, not a lot, but a couple layouts throughout, because I scrapbooked a lot of the pictures from Heather's Crafty Retreat, her November retreat. And so I just had fun making this. And this is not supposed to be down there. That's supposed to be right there. I might have to glue that one down. It's on a couple different layers, and one of those layers is wood. So this has the watermelon background. I think that's Lovely Day? I don't know. But I know some of this other stuff is, so it probably is too. And then this was another kit layout I made for my How to Kill a Kit without a photo. And I don't normally do a lot of non-photo layouts. But this was something, every once in a while Elizabeth will leave me a note on my desk. And finding those notes in amongst all my papers, and sometimes, y'all, I'm a teacher. If I'm sitting at my desk for too long, I'm likely to fall asleep. But, which has happened before, just not while kids were in the room. Just want to point that out. Hold on, sip of tea. Still trying to get over that bronchitis. I'm sure you can hear my voice is a little scratchy. But sometimes it'll be days before I find the note. And I'll comment, and she goes, "Oh, Mommy, I left that for you on Tuesday. Like, how do you just finding it? It's Friday." But these notes really do brighten my day. And she's in 5th grade. My school goes up to 8th grade. So there's still more years I can find these types of things. But eventually I know those will stop. And eventually her handwriting won't look like this anymore. So having those little bits scrapbooked make me happy. And I have a feeling her children one day will like looking at things like this. I always know I like looking at my mom and dad's handwriting when they were my age. So I did a process video on close up. This was I used Jelly Bean Soup and a little bit of Head in the Clouds. But this is my very much a huge photographer sister taking pictures of Elizabeth and my nephew Britton. And I just love that camera. I mean, it's hard to believe she's got like a camera that looks like that. I always thought that's just so cool. Okay, here's some more of those from that layout, from that retreat. Amanda and Terry and Fran. These two ladies live like 45 minutes from me, and they are an absolute hysterical hoot. And this is Tisa. And all of us actually live in North Carolina. And just recently we went over to Heather's house and scrapbooked. We're all anxiously awaiting the retreat in May to get everybody back together. But this was so much fun, and I got to use so much of my little flares. I was excited about that. Oh, okay. This one I'm trying to remember what I did this one for. It might have been a sketch challenge because I remember having to figure out what papers to use here. But this is my daughter's first communion, and she and my nephew, I think this is the one I did for, maybe this is the Facebook Live one. I don't know. I can't remember. But she and my nephew, this was everybody gathering together afterwards. And the two of them saw each other. And they see each other twice a year for 4th of July and for Christmas. So to have them see each other any other time is always a special treat. And I love that her eyes are closed and she's just so in the moment of enjoying being with her cousin. She doesn't have too many cousins her own age. My husband's side of the family, she's actually technically the youngest granddaughter by about 25 years. So she plays a lot with the cousins' children. I don't know if that's second cousin or first cousin once removed or however it is. But the granddaughter plays a lot with the great-grandchildren on that side of the family. So Britt is really the one that's closest to her in age, and the two of them just have an amazing friendship. And I had to include this rose there. Our Nana Tony, who I have scrapbooked before, was still alive at the time of this, and not at the time though when I scrapbooked it. She passed away last May, and she was just a huge influence in my life as a Catholic growing up. And so putting this rose in here is almost like adding her to the photo. And I know she would have loved to have seen Elizabeth receive her first communion. It wasn't possible at the time, but I just feel like with that rose there, I feel like she's there in the photo too. And this is where I got some of that flocked paper with the rose gold stars from Head in the Clouds. Y'all, I need some more of that because that paper's amazing. Here's me and Miranda and I. Oh, I got stuff coming off at the bottom here. Look at that. I have to figure out where that went and glue it back on. This is Miranda and I met for the first time in May at the retreat. And we talked a little bit off and on over the summer and more as the school year continues. She's a substitute teacher. She just finished up her degree for teaching and will hopefully be getting a teaching job soon. So we had that to bond over, and then all the scrapbooking. And then at the November retreat, we sat across from each other. We wanted to get to know each other even better. And I'll tell you, the two of us now, this is about our relationship. We are so silly together, and I love that. I love that I can be myself around her, which I don't find that as often as I would hope that I can find someone I can be my authentic, true self and really not worry about it. So it's really fun to have somebody like that. This was oh my gosh, what in God's name was I thinking? Because when this teacher, who is my daughter's teacher, she's her 5th grade teacher, and I love her to death. This is a friend of ours. I've taught both of her sons, and that's me. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a teacup and a tea bag, and it says, "This is my t-shirt." Has puns, yay. My daughter loves that shirt. I thought it was hilarious. Anyways, the last day of school before Christmas break, she goes, "Yeah, trying to get Sandy to go on this run, and she's gonna walk it though, and I'm hoping she decides she will do it." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll do it." Okay, y'all, I was on 100% truth. I only have my kids for half a day. It's Mass. Most of them will go home after Mass, and all of them will be gone by noon. I was on that. It's about to be Christmas break high. You could have asked me to do anything, and I probably would have agreed to it. So when she said that, and then words came out of my mouth of, "Yeah, I'll do it with her," I was not thinking, hey, hello, it's Christmas break. You don't want to get up early, let alone get up at 5 30 the very first Saturday of Christmas break and go outside and run when it's 36 degrees. What was I thinking? I obviously lost my mind. But I quite enjoyed it. I did have a lot of fun, and I told my daughter's teacher I would be happy to do another one, provided two things. One, it's not 36 degrees. Like, let's talk about a March, April type thing. And two, can we pick somewhere flatter? I swear, this entire course, it's in Charlotte. Charlotte is not like the mountains where there's, you're going to hit hills everywhere. But, oh my goodness, the number of hills. We were going up one, and the guy, watching the route goes, "This is the last hill." And I'm like, do you promise me that? Because some guy back there said the same thing. And it wasn't, because then this one showed up. So, excuse me. Oh, yeah. So if you're watching this, yes, I'll do another one of these, never when it's 36 degrees. Okay. This one, I had to get some Post-it notes to cover up the photo because it is the cat. If you see that, it's the Little Mermaid cast and crew. So while there's us at the bottom, which I really don't mind showing, like that black shirt is me, the white shirt is the music director, and the black, white, and yellow there is his wife and in charge of costumes and all the choreography and stuff. But I don't want to show the other students, obviously. And I think this was a frames. I don't know if it was a frames challenge or an acetate challenge. I can't remember. But I actually love how it turned out. Maybe it was a grab 5 type thing. I can't remember. Why am I even bother trying? I just think it turned out so well, though. I love the mix of fonts, and I love that I had this pack of these acetate frames that I bought, I don't know when. It's been over 10 years. It had 6 frames in it. I never even opened it, and I used all 6 on here. So I really like that I was able to get everything in there. This was the play we did last year. I can't remember if I've scrapbooked the cast and crew photo from Aladdin yet. I think I have, but I'm very excited to do the one for this year. We're doing the Little, no, we're not doing the Little Mermaid. I'm reading. We're doing the Lion King this year, so that'll be fun. This was another challenge to scrapbook something in relation to the sky, celestial stuff. So it can be stars, it can be an eclipse, and my friend Angela did this challenge for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club January party, and my dad just a couple days prior had sent me this picture. And while I realized for on video it just looks like a regular, dark blue night sky, the constellation of Orion is in there, and that is the constellation. It's a special one for my dad and myself. It's the first one he ever taught me how to identify, so we're always talking about it. And anytime I see Orion, I always feel my dad with me, and so him sending me this picture, and then this challenge showing up a couple days later. Perfect excuse to use Chamel Starshine, my absolute favorite Chamel collection. I got to use some of the little clouds and stuff. I think those are from, what's it called? True Stories. I think those are from True Stories. And then finally, we have the last layout, and this one, don't know where this went. Maybe this went right in here. If it didn't, it does now. I have never scrapbooked these 2 photos, and I take it back. I think they're in my Project Life album. But I really wanted to do something special with this Paige Evans cut file paper. This is the pre-cut stuff. And then it has the little geometric kind of quilt thing. And I'd seen a lot of layouts done like this. My daughter, this is the first day of kindergarten and the last day of kindergarten, and it's hard to see, but she's wearing the same jumper. Her knees are like here in this photo, and they're like down here in the other photo. So the amount she grew, it's amazing to me, because the change from the first day of kindergarten to the last day of kindergarten is more than what the last day of kindergarten to what she looks like now to me. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just time flies. And she doesn't even wear jumpers anymore. And that just, that gets me. So I actually do have journaling here. I put it, I took some of that frame paper and wrote it all out on there. And then I have a little glassine bag behind that photo. And actually, I just copied what I wrote to Christina. She I was talking to her about what to do, and I sent her that and was asking her opinion. And because I think the challenge was to do a change. And I have never done a layout like this. Like, this is very much not my usual way of doing, of just, scattering a whole bunch of stuff. But it was a lot of fun just to go in and tuck things in here and there. And actually, when I uploaded it for the challenge, there wasn't anything up in this corner or in this corner. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I need more. I need more. I'm like, I'm channeling my inner Shamel to do a page with Paige Evans, but I need more. And I really had a lot of fun just tucking it in. And these books right here, I don't know if you can read the title on it, but it says A Force for Change. And I pray every day that's what she is. I pray she is a force for change in our world. She is such a special little girl to me. I mean, obviously she's my own daughter. She's going to be special. But she has such a wonderful outlook on life. And she doesn't let other people tell her what to do or tell her who she should be. I mean, obviously she lets her parents and teachers tell her what to do. But she is fine being the person she is, and I hope and pray that she is always like that, and she always enjoys being who she is. I know she's going to have some difficulties at some point with people trying to change her and mold her into what they think she should be, but I hope she always keeps that spark of herself, because that little girl, so ready to start kindergarten, has grown so much over these past 5.5 years already, and soon will be in middle school, and she's not going to want to take pictures like that, but she doesn't have a choice because her mom is going to make her do those every single year. I don't know how yet we're going to do it for high school, but it's happening then too. So those were my December and January pages. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know down in the comments which was your favorite layout. I know I rambled a little bit, but I like to talk. What can I say? I told my students that's why I became a teacher, so I could talk, not so they could talk all the time. Yeah, they laugh at that and then keep talking, as I say, as I'm rambling on some more. So I hope you'll leave a like. I hope you'll leave a comment. Let me know what page was your favorite. What did you like about it? Was there a couple pages you liked? And hopefully, if you are not a subscriber, I would love if you would subscribe and hit the bell, or it's like down here, I think, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where anything is anymore. That YouTube keeps changing on me. I'm old. I can no longer handle it. But I hope everybody has a lovely day. Bye.